Hello and welcome to the Queen Slayer. It's your girl, the Mad Queen, and today we're going to look at our PvP tier list for August. This is not going to be an overall, this is going to be specifically for defense. I also do want to mention that when I make these tier lists, I like to look at a couple of different things. First is the team comps they can be used in, and second is how well they perform overall. I also really like to take a look at the gear requirement, or the relic requirement, I'm sorry. So if the relic requirement is extremely high for one of these espers, that's not as easily obtainable. So they're only going to be good, obviously, right, is if you have that super late to in-game gear. So for those heroes specifically, I will not be placing them in the S+ tier. They will be in the S tier for me. I think that Lucas is a really good esper, but after the recent update, I will be moving him down. I previously had him in the S+ tier, and he is currently now in the S tier. Next up is Raven. She's an incredible esper, obviously we all know that, and along with Tricky, and if they didn't require some really in-game gear like I was talking about before, I would leave them in the S+ tier, but because of those reasons, I will be moving them down to the S tier. I love Tricky. I use him in my defense team. Stay on the lookout for my defensive team specifically. I won't be going over that in this video, but I will be making a video over who I use on my defense team and showing you some examples. But so I did move those two down, and also somebody else is Tai. I'm moving Tai out of the S+ tier. And she's now in the S tier. I believe that, I like Tai, don't get me wrong, but I believe that Tai is only placed in a lot of S+ tiers because of her captain ability. Her captain ability is great, and she does have some good utility as far as PvP goes, but I don't think she's an S+ hero. Some of the new espers that I've added into the S+ tier from the last tier list I made are going to be Hyde, Queen Mother, and Ahmed. So of course everybody knows Hyde is insane. He's so good. Queen Mother, Ahmed is one of the newer espers that came out, and with his kit change recently in the newest patch, he is going to now start recovering some of that HP that max HP that's been lost from espers like Hyde that take away their overall HP. And a few of the others that I have changed around are the twins. They've gotten a big change. Obviously I don't know exactly how viable they're going to be, but I think that they are going to be pretty well as long as you have them together and you have them geared decently. As far as defense goes, I think they aren't going to be as good on defense as they are on offense, so I went ahead and I've placed them into the A tier. I've also moved Fabrice up and put him in the A tier, and I've moved Drew up and put him into the A tier. Typically Drew is going to be used more so on an offensive team, but Drew can actually be really good in a defensive team, and I actually would have put him in the S tier if it wasn't for him needing really high gear requirements to be really good. But Drew is a very good esper to have, period. You can use him in a lot of places, and he's insane. I don't know if you've ever gone up against a super stacked Drew, but I have, and it's not fun. Keep in mind that some of these changes and moves are because I am now separating my tier list from an overall tier list to defense and offense. So keep a lookout for my offensive video on PvP. That should be coming out very shortly after this video. But I moved Mona down. Obviously she's not somebody you're going to want in your defense team. She's alright and definitely very viable early to mid game for those newer players, especially since she is somebody you get for free. As far as some of the new heroes go, I have put Stuart in the B tier. I've put Azure Dragon into the A tier, as well as Poseidon and Arliss, and I have put Zhang Julie into the S tier. I would also like to say that somebody I did move up is Lewis. So Lewis is crazy good. and even on a defensive team, he's very, very good to use. A lot of these are obviously going to depend on team compositions, who you're pairing them with, but overall, he can do a lot of damage, and he's a really, really, really good option for a defensive team. I've also put Hangyu, Taylor, and Dahlia up into the S tier as well. Hangyu is great. Obviously, she does get countered by Tricky, so as long as there's no Tricky, then she's a really good option for healing and cleansing. There are a lot of options for building out defensive teams. Primarily, you're going to see those fast teams with control, or you're going to see slow teams that have a lot of survivability. If you disagree with something I said, let me know in the comments below what you disagree with and why. I would love to know. This is a learning experience for all of us, and of course, these tier lists are based off of personal opinion. I really, really hope that you enjoyed my defensive tier list. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, it's the Mad Queen, and I'll catch you in the next video.